back to the EQ video tip. I'm your host, Eric Forsetter. We've got the second half of a great show today. Let's jump into the goals before we get started. Welcome back. As we mentioned, this episode comes to us from Dr. Travis Bradberry, who wrote a great article on Talent Smart EQ about tips that dramatically improve your life. We're going to focus on the second half of those tips right now. Our first tip, get organized. It seems silly, but we all are struggling for that extra minute in the day. Give you a good example. Say, for example, you get the mail every day. You take the mail, you put it on a countertop. Then later in the day, you take that same mail and move it to the kitchen where you're going to read it for later. Why not just read the mail right when it comes in and take care of the task? For example, if you got a bill, pay it right away. Get things out of the way as opposed to adding up more time within your day. So getting organized will help you save some time and dramatically improve your life by just shaving minutes off of mundane tasks that you keep doing and repeat day in and day out by putting off. Tip number 2, start a collection of things that resonate with you. That could be books, it could be quotes, anything that really sums up your feelings on how things should be. In keeping that, whether it's in a binder or a notebook or a scrapbook, it has a place to collect so that when you have something that's of interest to you, you have a place to go back and revisit it. Or maybe you're having a day where you need some inspiration and you can go back to that place. Start a collection of things that's going to resonate with you, and this will help you improve your life. Tip number 3, do something that reminds you of who you are. We all joke about having me time, but really, you need to do things that you love, whether it's going for a run or dancing to your favorite 90s or 80s music or anything that really gets you going and reminds you of you and who you are. Because then you're getting to your authentic self. And that's really important when you start thinking about me time. So take a moment, find some me time in every day for yourself. Our next tip, saying no. And there's research from the University of California in San Francisco that shows people have a huge problem in saying no. They'll say things like, I don't think I can, or I'm not certain. But really saying no is such a strong piece of emotional intelligence. It doesn't mean saying no to everything, but what does mean when you don't have the time to do something, it's okay to say, no, I'm sorry, I can't do this as well. Remind yourself that saying no is an act of self-control, and it'll increase your future self-control by preventing the negative effects of overcommitment, which of course leads to burnout. So take a moment, and when it's right, say no. Our last tip, set realistic goals. That doesn't mean not to set big, audacious goals, but it also means to be realistic in terms of the possibility of when you can accomplish them. And those things are important because you need to have goals that push and challenge you, but you also have to have some realism in terms of what you're looking for. So set realistic goals to help dramatically improve your life. That concludes this double feature from EQ Video Tip. We hope you enjoyed it. Again, here are the tips, and we hope you take them and use them to the best of your ability to help boost your EQ. So that concludes our EQ video tip for today. Try incorporating some of these tips into your daily routine. But remember, use what works best for you and personalize it for yourself. Thank you always to our great research team for providing us with some great tips today. As always on EQ Video Tip, we want to end with gratitude. So thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. Here are some resources that you can use if you want more information on EQ going forward. Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thank you.